Freedom came my way that night, just like a jet plane, in and out of the side. I was hauling ass at 1,000,000 miles an hour, wondering how hard I'd hit. When they came into the station, they said I was bad beyond repairs. But I got no qualms with my situation. Here I am. All right, you done? You done? Gemini, what the quack? Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the AI Learning Lab. Tonight we are going to be learning about the lab. We're going to be singing with doggies. We're going to play with blue rubber duckies. And we're going to learn what the hell is going on, people. Get your brains ready. Get your brains ready to get screwed in.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Gemini. Or Gemini. I'm going to need to make a new button. I got to make a new button. Good Lord, people. Lauren, that's your image. That is your image. You made a good ducky. I thought that was an awesome image for the night. Gemini, what the quack? I also just learned that Runway ML now has styles, and one of them is 3D animation, and it's pretty slick. What did I just do? Did I just quit that? No. Let me see. Let me go check that. View the latest. No, that's not a blue rubber ducky. That's a yellow rubber ducky. Oh, that's so bad. Other people have good luck. I've got bad luck at Runway. I do not know how to prompt Runway ML. I just don't. All right, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the AI Learning Lab. We're going to be talking about Gemini tonight, most of the night. There's not a ton to demo, but there is a lot to learn. So here's what you need to know. If you were not paying attention this afternoon, you missed me going live. Ha! I went live at like 1 o'clock or something like that. Because I just had to get my head around this shit, and I thought, well, why don't I just do it live? And it was pretty face-melting. So we'll go through all that stuff tonight. There was a rumor that Google was going to release Gemini this week. Then it looked like it got pushed to next year. Then they said they were going to demo it this week. And then today they just announced it. Now, it's partially live, but you'll see there's kind of three pieces of it. So some of it's live today. December 13th, there'll be another part of it live for developers. Wait, won't be long. Won't be on long probably. But hey, look, it's Gemini. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what do you think we're going to talk about, Pate? So it looks like developers are going to get their shot at the API on December 13th. And then it looks like the big sexy model. So we kind of discovered there's two different models. There's a model that's more like GPT-4, and then there's a model that's like this new bitchin' crazy ass thing. That's probably not coming till the new year. But we can prepare, and we need to prepare because it's just a different thing. It's just a different modality. The AI race feels like it's free falling or free accelerating. Reaching escape velocity. I think it's more like escape velocity than free falling. Da, 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 da. All right, so let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. Yeah, let's get this party started. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So incredibly proud of the Google team right now. So proud I canceled my Grok. I don't have access to my Grok. Did you have the Grok? I don't think I have access to it. I must not be paying the right $16 a month. Ola Kyle and Learning Lab Papes. What's up, Worker Bee? Good to see you. This AI race feels like it's free falling. Get some comments going here. Oh, so far away. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. Wait, it's a month away? I can't have completely revolutionary technology just tomorrow. I want it now. I'd like it today. What are you going to do with it? I don't know. I'll probably make a picture of a duck. Kim Catkin, I've been playing with it for weeks. Was not 100% sure what day it would come out. Oh, Pate has definitely been holding back on us. We know that. Whenever a Googler says something like, well, I've heard some things. It sounds interesting. There's some big shit coming. I didn't know it was this big. It's quite impressive. Please tell. I've been out of the loop for a few days. Turquoise Dreams, show us the goodies. I will. Wait. I'm trying to parse this statement. I've been out of the loop for a few days? There's no being out of the loop in AI. There's no crying in baseball. You can't miss it 12 hours. Like, you shouldn't be sleeping. You should not be sleeping. I thought you were professionals. Good Lord. I may have overestimated you. All of you. I thought we had an agreement here. This is all of our lives. We give up everything for this. All right, whatever. All right. I had to deal with my family. All right, if you've got needs, that's fine. Listen, hey, you got to set your own priorities, right? All right, fine. Yeah. Well, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I basically had a meltdown today because I can't. What did I whine earlier? I was like, I don't want to recontextualize reality. That's what we're doing. We thought we knew what AI was. We don't know. We have no idea what AI is. I can tell you that now with certainty. Oh my God. All right, let's get rolling. Let's do this. Let me do a little well, normally I start people out with go check out ChatGPT. Nah, not tonight. We should just go look at this shit. Trying to think where I want to start. I don't work on Gemini. I work kind of Gemini adjacent. Yeah, but I gotta say, Pate, I think that if the work you're doing on TPUs is an indication of we don't know the performance yet. I know you said it's wicked fast from what you've seen, but the videos I was showing today, it looks like a lot of those were edited for speed to make it look faster. So it'll be interesting to see. But assuming these are pretty snappy things, I think it's going to be a really good ad for the TPU business. Because NVIDIA and the GPU has been getting all of the noise. Dr. J, I've said it before. If you can crowdfund my Google salary, there you go. I'll tell you things. Yeah, that's the thing about when you work at a place like the Goog, you can't leak shit or you're out of there. They will walk your ass to the door and you won't have Gmail access by the time you get to your car. All right, let's see. Perplexity looks interesting too. I don't think they announced anything new. Please tell me they didn't announce anything new. All right, let's see what we got here. Got anything new? That's going on a t-shirt. Which one? The Gemini, what the quack? Or I don't feel like recontextualizing reality. That one? That's a good t-shirt. AI Learning Lab. That should actually be a AI Learning Lab one with a whining baby face. I know. Or I don't want to recontextualize reality. Yeah. All right, well, let's go look at what they've done. I heard they went live with web access Perplexity. Perplexity always had web. Oh, it's connected to the internet. We can go look at that too. So I figure we'll go look at Runway's new 3D model. It's new to me anyway. Gemini Pro is the model driving Bard right now, and it's pretty fast. But like the couple of things I tried to do on it was like, no, I can't do that. I'm just a large language model. I'm like, you did it 3 days ago when you had Palm 2 up your butt. And now that you got fancy Gemini, you're not going to summarize a YouTube video for me? Kind of snobby nonsense is that? Oh, I sent the developers feedback. I said, this is not acceptable. I got all Karen'd out. Am I late? Were you here this afternoon, Emilio's wife? Did you see the special live? Did you see the special live where we went live this afternoon? Yeah, exactly. Not only you're late, you missed class. Yeah, exactly. We did meet without you. Yet another demerit on Emilio's wife's credit or report card. It's nothing but red tick marks. Tick, tick, tick. Wait, L. Like it's a little L in the shape of a check mark. L for late. Yeah. I guess you'll have to watch it on the record. All right. But it was pretty cool stuff. So we'll do it again. We'll do it again for Emilio's wife. I wasn't going to do it again, but now I guess we're doing it again. All right. A human being. What's happening? What's happening, good people? Introducing Gemini, our latest and most capable model. Yes. Luke, I am your father. So it's interesting. There's two different versions of this release. This is, I think, just the blog. And then this is the exact same content, but like in a fancier, sexier presentation. So we'll go with the blog one because I assume it's more complete. Kavruno shared the live. Thank you for sharing the live. Yeah, if you're new here, so welcome. My name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. This will be a bit of a special. What do you call these? Live. It's a special live. Because we're gonna be just going over all this Gemini stuff. We're gonna be watching some videos together. It's gonna be like class. So get your notebooks out, get your AI assistants out, and have them take notes in real time while I talk. Actually, you know what? You could probably do that. You could probably do a little voice to text note taker thing next to this live and just take notes while I'm talking. But there's nothing that I say. Did you get a nap today? I got a little bit of a nap, but family. So they're like, yeah, you need a nap. And then they just ask me shit for the entire nap. So special presentation. This will be special. I need Gemini to get my Iron Man suit out. It's seriously, it was like this afternoon. It was like, holy shit! Like, honest to God, it's so funny. If you were here this afternoon, I said this afternoon. Yesterday when I went live after the AI Salon anniversary, and I just had this nagging feeling of just like I'm really clueless. I'm really behind. I don't I don't think any of the shit that I learned how to do this year is 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 relevant anymore. And it's like, do I like want to relearn a whole new shit? And then this came out today, and some of the stuff you'll see when I show you some of this stuff. It's just like, what? So anyway, okay. Let's get rolling here. Bart answers questions about Gemini and alluded to pricing. What did it allude to? Is it $30 a month like everything else? Pate, do you have any insight on pricing or range, or is there? I assume Gemini Pro is going to be free and Gemini Ultra is going to cost money, like 3.5 and. So I think Gemini Pro is like the 3.5 competitor, and then Gemini Ultra is the 4. It's different than 4. It's different. All right. So this announcement was announced by Sundar, the CEO, and Demis of DeepMind, CEO of DeepMind. So they're the two biggies. So they're both penning this announcement. So it's big deal. Big deal. Not gonna. All right, so we'll just watch. This is a marketing video. There's some good interesting stuff in here. So we'll let me see how I'm gonna do this. All right. There we go. That's better. So I'll stop when there's interesting stuff. But this is just sort of like the slick marketing. We've done it, boys.
One of the reasons we got interested in AI from the very beginning is that we always viewed our mission as a timeless mission. It's to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. But as information has grown in scale and complexity, the problem has gotten harder. So we always knew we needed to have a deeper breakthrough to make progress.
I've worked on AI my whole life because...
By the way, this blog post, if you go to blog.google, the .google is instead of the .com, blog.google.
Because I've always felt would be the most beneficial and consequential technology for humanity. Human beings in our society would have 5 senses, and the world we built and the media we consume is in those different modalities. So I'm super proud and excited to announce the launch of the Gemini era, a first step towards a truly universal AI model.
The Gemini approach to multimodality is all the kinds of things you want an artificial intelligence system to be able to do. And these are capabilities that haven't really existed in computers before.
Traditionally, multimodal models are created by stitching together text-only, vision-only, and audio-only models in a suboptimal way.
So that's important, right? So here's ChatGPT, here's Midjourney for images, here's Suno for audio, right? They're these distinct models. That's the GPT-4 model, but not the 4.5 model.
The secondary stage. Gemini is the multimodal from the ground up, so it can seamlessly have a conversation.
Vicky, it's not included in Google Workspaces. Chortle. That's just mean. So, by the way, Pate, if there is a suggestion box at the Google, what you can tell them is people that pay for your service should get access to the new shit. All right? Every time I try to go use some new Google thing, it's like, oh, your subscription doesn't support that. I'm like, what do you mean? The paid subscription?
Cross modalities and give you the best possible response.
Gemini.
Look, see? All four. We'll see that shortly.
As our largest and most capable model, it means that Gemini can understand the world around us in the way that we do and absorb any type of input and output. So not just text like most models, but also code, audio, image, and video. What's amazing about Gemini is that it's so good at so many things. As we started getting to the end of the training, we started seeing that Gemini was better than any other model out there on these very important benchmarks.
Stop that. Hang on.
So good at so many things. As we started getting to the end of the training, we started seeing that Gemini was better than any other model out there.
That's GPT-4 on this test called MML, I think.
On these very important benchmarks. For example,
and that's Gemini Ultra, and 89.8% over here to the left is the Human Expert, MMLU test. It's a test on like 57 different disciplines. And so 90% beat humans, expert humans.
Of the 50 different subject areas that we tested on, it's as good as the best expert humans in those areas.
It's very rare that you can work on a technology at a foundational level and it simultaneously can impact all our products.
We created a family of models that can run on everything from mobile devices to data centers, each of which is actually best in class.
Gemini will be available in 3 sizes. Gemini Ultra, our most capable and largest model for highly complex tasks. Gemini Pro, our best performing model for a broad range of tasks. And Gemini Nano, our most efficient model for on-device tasks.
Okay, so Pro is available now at bard.google.com. Ultra is not going to be available until the new year. Nano is now available on device on Pixel 8 Pros, which is a big deal, right? It's the first of these models to run locally on a phone. And what that means is you don't have to be connected to the internet to essentially have like a ChatGPT 3.5 level class thing. I need to run. Feel free to throw questions in, Mighty Networks, if there's things I might be able to answer. Thanks, Pate. Appreciate you, sir.
We want to provide the best foundational building blocks, and then we know developers and enterprise customers are going to figure out really creative ways to further refine our Gemini foundational models, and the potential's almost limitless.
So at Google, there's this healthy disregard for the impossible, and that has oriented us to be both bold and responsible together. As these systems become more capable, all of those capabilities also raise new questions.
We have to think about what it means to have an image be a part of, for example, the input, because an image might be innocuous on its own, or text might be innocuous on its own.
All right, she talks about safety and things there. They've got whole videos on that. So here's those three models: Ultra, Pro, and Nano, which is smart, right? So have as powerful a model as possible that can run on your top phone hardware, right? By the way, Apple is going to absolutely kick ass at this. So Apple is, everyone's like, where's Apple? Where's Apple? Where's Apple? Apple's waiting. Apple's building the hardware. Apple's got the whole stack. Apple's got the privacy. Apple's got the data integrity, where Google doesn't right now. So this is a first step toward this world, but it's a big deal. And then you'll see when we start looking at some of these videos what Ultra can do. And then Pro I think is this seems to be sort of the equivalent of GPT 3.5, or maybe an early version of GPT-4, but I don't know. State-of-the-art performance. Now, so here's some of the numbers. Let me see if I can make these big enough you can actually see them. What's going on? No. And you still can't see them. Crap. So what they've got in this chart, in this thing, is where is it? Here we go. The MMLU representation of questions in 57 subjects, including STEM, humanities, and others. This is where GPT-4 got 86.4. Gemini Ultra got 90%. So it's only their most powerful model, the one that we don't have access to yet, the one that's not coming out until the new year. Although December 13th, developers are going to get access to the APIs. I don't know which models they're going to get access to. All of them or just Pro and Nano? I don't know. But if you go down here, there's only one test that GPT-4 did better in all these benchmarks. Now, this blog post is from Google, so they're going to pick the things where it did the best, right? So this is don't forget, this is all marketing shit. So look at all this with the healthy grain of skepticism here. Until we have this thing in our sweaty little hands, we won't know. But it looks very, very promising, right? It's basically beating GPT-4 at image analysis, at video, at audio, all that sort of stuff. I'm trying to think what else was in this. Yeah, it's got sophisticated reasoning, which you'll see. I'll show you that video. That video is pretty wild. We'll show you that video. Advanced coding is crazy. Okay. All right, so let's go to the videos. So if you go to YouTube and go to playlists, go to the Google YouTube channel, and then go to playlists. The first 3 playlists are all Gemini playlists. So they put out a lot of content for this. Oops. So we're going to start with view full playlist. Okay. So we're going to start with hands-on with Gemini. This one. And hang on, let me pause that. Let me flip over to this. Let me put this up here. So, while we're watching this video, feel free to go check out the AI Salon. So this channel is connected to this thing called the AI Salon that I started a year ago. Tonight, actually. Last night was our anniversary party. Our first meeting was a year ago tonight. And it is a really cool group. A lot of the irregulars, the people that are here on a regular basis, are members over there. So go check that out. And then, okay, so we'll watch this. I'll do. Didn't Sony make Betamax? Hey, listen, I don't think that there is any, you'll get no argument from me that Google may or may not do well in this game, even though they invented this shit. They invented the transformer. So, but when you see this tech, is that the old URL? That's the old URL, except I connected it to, I completely redid the link tree. So the link tree now is just 3 links. It's the link to the Mighty Networks. So the first link you'll see there is to the Mighty Networks community. The second one is to Meetup, so you can just sign up for that. But you don't have to, because we have calendars at the community. And then there's a merch store. So if you want to support the salon, there's a 1-year anniversary shirt that's only going to be there for a few days, which is super cool. So yeah, you can just go there. I'm an irregular. You're a regular. Exactly, Lunastick, you are. Okay. So let's watch this. I'll stop where I think things are cool. There's a fair amount of cool stuff here. Oh, the other caveat here. There are big parts of this that are definitely sped up. So I have no idea about the responsiveness of Gemini. So again, this is a marketing video, so take it with a grain of salt, but they are demoing actual technology here.
All right, testing Gemini. Here we go. Tell me what you see.
I see you placing a piece of paper on the table. I see a squiggly line.
What about now?
The contour lines are smooth and flowing, with no sharp angles or jagged edges. It looks like a bird to me.
What if I add this?
The bird is swimming in the water. It has a long neck and beak. It is a duck.
Yes.
A duck is a type of waterfowl in the family Anatidae. Ducks are closely related to geese and swans. The duck appears to be blue. This is not a common color for ducks. However, there are some breeds of blue ducks. These are typically not as common as other duck breeds. It is more common for ducks to be brown, black, or white.
Are you sure?
What the quack? I was just talking about a blue duck, and now you're holding one. It looks like blue ducks are more...
So the question is, so you have to hold your computer above the table with the camera pointing down. I don't know. That's just what they're doing here for the demo. I don't think so. You'll see when I show you some of the other when I show you the other demo of what the Gemini Ultra interface is. It's like nothing we've ever seen, and they don't really call it out. Like I just sort of saw it when I was watching one of these other videos. So you'll see.
More common than I thought.
Would this float?
I'm not sure what material it's made of, but it looks like it might be rubber.
Wait, elementary question, but how is this working? Phone on video? What the quack? I don't know what you mean phone on video. How is that working? That's a webcam above a desk, and they're just shooting it down, and then it's interacting with. So you'll see they've got that webcam window in the Gemini Ultra interface, which I'll show you in a sec. Oh, by the way, so we did this when GPT-4 was launched. Larry the Hedgehog became one of our animals. Now we've got blue ducks, blue rubber duckies are they now get added to the zoo, okay? Because apparently major tech companies, when they release mind-blowing tech, they can only use stupid, childish animals. So we're going to go with it.
Or plastic.
What if I tell you it's making a squeaking sound?
Oh, if it's squeaking, it's definitely going to float.
Nice.
It is a rubber duck. It is made of a material that is less dense than water.
Can you teach me how to say this in a different language? And give me a few options. Ooh, can you explain how to pronounce the Mandarin one? Is it Yazi?
Yazi
Is pronounced with a first tone. In Mandarin, there are 4 tones, which are essential to distinguish the meaning of words. The first tone is a high-level tone.
Oh, okay.
The duck is in the middle of the ocean. There is no land nearby for the duck to rest or find food. It is unlikely to find ducks here naturally.
Okay, based on what you see, come up with a game idea. Oh, and use emojis, please.
How about this? We can play a game called Guess the Country.
Sure, let's do it.
Clue 1. This country is the home of the kangaroo, the koala, and the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh, that's easy.
Okay, so wait. So notice what just happened. He had the ducky on there. He said, okay, the duck doesn't have any friends out in the ocean. Took the duck away and said, I want you to make a game basically of the map. The guy says the thing, and then find the thing. And then he just puts his hand in the frame and points to the country. And
Clue 2.
And it gives him an emoji for that country. Or, gives him an emoji for getting it right.
Country loves football.
And just take that in. So we've done this before with like with Pi and ChatGPT, where I'll talk to it and I'll say, turn this into a game. But so now you've got video input, audio output, video output. And you'll see some of the coding shit. Like this is just, I can't, here's why I can't talk. Well, other than the fact that I'm illiterate and inarticulate. Think about what we all, anyone who's here, spent some amount of the last year learning. We learned about prompt engineering, and we learned about you're going to have to do prompt engineering and this, and it's going to be hard. I can't even imagine the kind of applications that this thing is going to is going to make possible, for one thing. And then I don't even know, like, if these things get capable enough, like, do you even need other applications, right? Does this become the everything app? No more prompting needed. We'll see. We'll see. We need to buy Kyle and I can't button. Exactly. That's all I've been saying today.
And has won the most men's World Cups in football history.
Brazil.
You were trying to get me to find the paper ball under the cup. I accept the challenge. The cup to the left.
Nice.
Now, one thing that I thought was impressive about that little thing is just how quickly he moved the cups.
You were trying to get me to find the paper ball under the cup. I accept the challenge. The cup to the left.
Right? So, like, it's processing these frames very, very quickly.
Nice.
I know what you're doing. You're playing rock, paper, scissors.
What do you see now?
The fingers are spread out to look like the wings of a butterfly.
What's this?
Big ear and barking mouth, a dog.
Sweet.
The coin should be under the right hand.
I don't know.
The coin is in the left hand using a sleight of hand technique to make it appear as if the coin has disappeared. Both objects are round and flat.
There you go.
Both are food. The orange is a healthier choice than the cookie. Citrus can be calming, and so can the spin of the fidget toy. They are both examples of popular toys that have been enjoyed by children and adults alike for many years.
Give me some idea.
That's funny. ChatGPT and Pi were soft launches for what's upcoming with Gemini. It kind of is like that. Like, this is definitely one of those things where OpenAI is going to have to respond, and they will, right? Like, it seems they've righted the ship there, right? They lost a few weeks with the Sam Altman debacle, but Google putting this into the world, even in this form, even just in this announcement form, is an absolute attack on OpenAI. They're doing things differently than OpenAI and seemingly faster and better. I like the range of interfaces they've shown in various videos. Yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about.
Ideas for what I could make with this.
I see pink and green yarn. How about a dragon fruit?
Okay, now take this in. Again, this is where it's edited faster, right? So I don't think it happens this fast. But pink and green yarn. What could I make with it? How about a dragon fruit? It generated a dragon fruit crocheted thing in those colors.
Or how about a green cake with a pink heart?
Okay, how about these colors? And maybe show me some animals.
Okay, now I see blue and pink yarn. How about a pig with blue ears? Or an
Yeah, Kevin Vasquez. It's only the bottom of the first inning. I know, exactly.
octopus? Or a bunny with a pink nose?
Ooh, I'll keep those in mind. Which way
Here's logic and reasoning.
should the duck go?
Going left leads to a duck, which is a friend. Going right leads to a bear, which is a foe. It is better to make friends than foes, so the duck should go left.
Smart choice.
Emilio's wife. This is mind blowing, isn't it? I'm telling you, this is why I made a video that said I was having a Kevin McAllister day.
This is a picture of a crab.
Wait, take that in. This is a picture of a crab. Now, this is obviously sped up. It analyzed the numbers. It knew it was a connect the dots thing.
That's right. Is this the right order?
No, the correct order is Sun, Earth, Saturn.
Based on their design, which of these would go faster?
The car on the right would be faster. It is more aerodynamic.
Which looks more fun?
The one on the right, because it has a loop.
And like even that one, which looks more fun, right? It's not just analytical stuff. It's doing kind of qualitative reasoning, right? So Does it seem as though Gemini will be under several different umbrellas, not just one hub? Yes, I think so. Like ChatGPT. I think so. Well, yeah, in fact, absolutely, because you have Gemini Nano, which is designed to be run locally on a phone, on a device or tablet. And then you're going to have Ultra, which is a completely different interface than Pro. And so, yeah. Sherry D. I know. It's crazy, isn't it? It's I know.
What do you think this person might be saying?
How about a woohoo?
Ooh, I love that.
I see you're drawing a guitar.
What did I do? Wait. Sorry. Wait, let me go back so you can see what it just did.
I see you're drawing a guitar.
Did you hear the music? That's not editing. It generated that, right? So I see you're drawing a guitar. Here's what that would sound like.
You've added an amp. Now it's an electric guitar. We can make some seriously loud music now. Given that you added drums, how about some 80s hair metal? All right, I see you've added a palm tree to the drawing. Change it up with some beachy vibes.
What
Did they ever reboot Google Glass? I can see the two being combined. They have not. Yeah, from crude drawings. I know.
movie are they acting out here?
I think they are acting out the famous bullet time scene from The Matrix.
Ooh, nice. What do you think might happen next?
The cat is going to jump to the wall and stick the landing. It's going to be a perfect 10. Oh, and it's a miss.
Oh, and it's a miss. This is more insane the second time. I know it is, isn't it? It's got humor.
Looks like it was just a little too far away, but don't worry. The cat is a natural athlete and it...
This can't be real. So, Jen, I think what we're seeing here is real. I think it is very, very likely they sort of tightened up, took out the dead space. So it's probably not quite this responsive, but it's probably in the neighborhood of responsive, like when you talk to Pi or when you talk to GPT, when you do the audio with them. Pate, who works at Google, has been using it for a few weeks. He said it's very fast, and he put very in all caps. Engineers don't capitalize things, frivolously. So, this is real tech. I just don't know if it's quite this responsive.
It will be back up there in no time.
Okay, I've got one more for you. Describe the drawing I made.
It is a simple line drawing of the constellation Gemini. You did a good job of capturing the beauty of Gemini.
Nice. That's it. I think we're done.
All right, so that's that one. Okay, there's a safety video I won't play because it's interesting. Oh yeah, that one. Okay, yeah, these are all good. Okay.
A common problem scientists face is the need to find and use data extracted from the scientific literature. This is difficult because scientists need to search among thousands of scientific papers for key information and extract them by hand. It's a very common workflow and very time-consuming.
Yeah, source camp.
Some of our scientists at Google DeepMind face...
Source camp. And this is the worst it's ever going to be. Exactly. This is actually scaring me. I'm telling you, this is making me yeah, exactly. And the shit I'm about to show, like the stuff that's in the videos below, they put out enough videos that you can actually see what this thing is and is capable of. And the interface is fascinating. Like it's fascinating. How did we get from ChatGPT to Gemini? Okay. So here's how. I'll tell you how we got from ChatGPT to Gemini. In 2017, Google invents the transformer, and then they build some shit, and they probably go, hey, Mark, hi. If we build this thing, nobody will use search again. Why don't we not do that? But they had already published the paper, and then a bunch of other companies took that paper and went off and invented shit. One of them was OpenAI, and they invented the shit better than everyone else. And that was ChatGPT 3.5, then ChatGPT 4, then ChatGPT 4.5. Well, when ChatGPT 3.5 got to 100 million users in 6 weeks, Google lost their ever-loving mind. And Google has 200,000 employees and all of the money on Earth, and they invented this shit. And they've got some of the smartest scientists, researchers, and engineers on the planet. So they said, we're going to dust off ye old AI plans, and we're going to fucking make it happen. That's what happened. That's how we got here.
This is very problem. They use Gemini to help with it because Gemini has an incredible understanding of science. Taylor will explain more.
So we were looking at this study from 2022. The authors had created a data set by reviewing tens of thousands of scientific papers in genetics. They found a few hundred papers that contained the relevant information, extracted it by hand, and collected it in a table. Studies like this can take a lot of time. We needed to update this data set with what's new over the last couple of years. That's over 200,000 new open access papers added to this domain since 2021. We couldn't do this manually, so we asked Gemini to help us out. First, we needed to filter for relevant scientific papers. We wrote a prompt, just like this one, telling Gemini exactly what to look for. With its advanced reasoning capabilities, Gemini was able to distinguish between papers that were relevant to the study and those that weren't. For the relevant papers, we wrote a similar prompt, asking Gemini to read the paper and extract the key data for us. We could even ask Gemini to add annotations. This showed us exactly where in the paper Gemini found the information. We ran this at scale. And over a lunch break, Gemini read 200,000 papers for us, filtered it down to 200.
Over a lunch break, Gemini read 200,000 papers for us, scientific papers. Over a lunch break, Gemini read 200,000 scientific papers for us.
150 and extracted their data. So now we have a refreshed version of this data set. But because Gemini is multimodal, not only can it reason about information from text, it can also reason about figures. So let me show you something really neat. With our refreshed data set, we can now ask Gemini to update a graph from the original study. We first gave Gemini a screenshot of this figure. Then we asked it to generate the code required to plot it. And by feeding this code our new data set, we get our updated figure. You can see that this figure...
It looked at the picture, wrote code to redo the thing, updated the data. My jaw dropped. 200,000 papers. That guy looks like AI. Yeah, that guy looks like if you were going to cast an evil scientist in an AI dystopian sci-fi movie, that's the guy you cast.
It now includes data up until 2023.
So Taylor used Gemini to search a large corpus of literature for relevant papers and extract key information from these papers, as well as update figures. Of course, these capabilities can help more than just biologists or even scientists. They extend naturally to any domain that is reliant on large data sets, such as law or finance. So that's what Gemini can make possible. And we are excited.
Yeah, someone just said, I'm so fired. And Jules said, everyone is fired. Yeah, this is insane. So listen, I mean, that's the thing of, you know, it beating the 89.8% mark that a human does on that test, whatever that test was. It beating that means that, you know, this is potentially, you know, doing better than we do
to see
at
what you will create
all stuff. All right, so that was that one. Okay. Now it should just flip to the next video.
Here you will see a demo of Gemini's multimodalities to understand and reason about users' intent, use tools, and generate bespoke user experiences that go beyond chat interfaces. Let's say I'm looking for inspirations for a birthday party theme for my daughter.
Wait.
Gemini says,
Didn't that guy's face melt? That's good. Ted. he totally looks like a Hollywood AI villain. He also looks like you wouldn't want to fuck with him. Oh, man. All right.
bespoke user experiences that go beyond chat interfaces. Let's say I'm looking for inspirations for a birthday party theme for my daughter. Gemini says, I can help you with that. Could you tell me what she's interested in? So I say, sure.
Okay, at this point, we're like, okay, we've seen this before. ChatGPT can do that. Hey, my daughter's having a birthday party. Can you help me come up with some party plans? Sure. And then it makes you a little party plan list, right? Yeah. Kyle, if the interface Gemini with API keys with my robot, oh my God, it's mind-blowing. Robert Rossi, of course they're going to interface it with APIs that you can put into your robot. Of course, wait till you see what the fucking interface is. You ain't seen nothing yet. But watch this. So he's planning a little birthday party, right? just welcome to Chat TMZ. We've got all the gossip.
She loves animals, and we're thinking about doing something outdoors. At this point, instead of responding in text, Gemini goes and creates a bespoke...
Am I helping you see from YouTube? Yes, I am. Basically, we're having a YouTube watch party. So if you want to get to this, go to YouTube, go to the Google channel, and click on playlists. And the first 3 playlists are all about Gemini. And the third playlist is basically a combination of the first 2. So I'm just in the long playlist. There's like 15 videos in it. We're just going to watch them together and talk about it. So yes, this is a YouTube assist channel tonight.
Interface to help me explore ideas.
Wait.
At this point, instead of responding in text, Gemini goes and creates a bespoke interface to help me explore ideas. It's got lots of ideas. It's visually rich. It's interactive.
Wait, listen to that again.
Responding in text, Gemini goes and creates a bespoke interface.
Gemini goes and creates a bespoke interface. He asked for ideas for his kid's party, and it creates a bespoke application as the response.
To help me explore ideas. It's got lots of ideas. It's visually rich. It's interactable. Now, none of this was coded up. It was all generated by Gemini. Gemini uses a series of reasoning steps, going from broad decisions to increasingly high resolution of reasoning.
Wait, what? Jules, exactly. I'm scared to go to Google. Watch, I'll stay here with my friends. Exactly. Hey, that's why we're here. That's what the salon's about. That's what the salon is all about, right? Is hanging out with people that are choosing to be on this adventure, even though it's fucking terrifying sometimes and exciting sometimes. That's the whole idea of why I started that group.
Finally getting to code and data. First, Gemini considers, does it even need an UI? Is a text prompt...
First it considers, does it even need a UI? Could a text response be enough? If a text response is enough, it gives you a text response. If it says, hey, this would be better as an application, as an interface.
Best. Okay, this is a complex request that needs lots of information to be presented in an organized way. Gemini then tries to understand if it knows enough to help. There is a lot of ambiguity. I didn't see what my daughter's interests are or what kind of a party I wanted, so it had asked a clarifying question. When I said, we're thinking about an outdoor party and my daughter loves animals, Gemini reasoned it had enough information to proceed. But it made a note that there was still ambiguity about what kind of animals, and this is important, and what kind of outdoor party. Next is a critical step. Gemini writes the product requirement document, or PRD. It contains the plan for the kinds of functionality the experience will have. For instance, it should show different...
Wait, someone just said, I hate to say it, but anything with a screen has a UI, but okay. So I agree, Joe Mama. So this thing has the chat has a UI, but what this is doing is generating a unique UI based on the use case at hand. We're like Scooby. We're like the Scooby Gang in a haunted house, but at least we're here together. So wait. So we won't be. Come on, TikTok. So I assume so we won't be scared or whatever. That's awesome. Can we sign up to the salon? Yeah, go to the first link at the salon.ai. That's the Mighty Networks, and go sign up. Do me a favor when you go there. Go to the Welcome to the Salon page that describes what the salon's about and what our values are. Make sure that you read the values and resonate with them. All right. Ruh-roh.
Possible party themes, some activities, and food options for them. Now, based on this PRD, Gemini tries to design the best experience for the user's journey. It thinks that the user will like to explore a list of options, but will also want to delve into details. It uses this to design a list and detailed layout that we saw earlier. With this design, it writes the Flutter code to compose the interface out of widgets and write any functionality needed.
Yeah. So it's now that it's decided it wants to write a UI, it writes the code for the interface. It also generates all the images.
Finally, it generates and retrieves the data needed to render the experience. You can see it filling in content and images for the different sections. Farm animals. She would like that. Clicking on the interface regenerates the data to be rendered by the code it wrote. Ooh, I know she likes cupcakes. I can now click on anything in the interface and ask it for more information. I could say, step-by-step instructions on how to bake this. And it starts to generate a new UI. This time, it designs an UI best suited for giving...
So he said, how do I make the fucking cupcakes? And it said, oh, let me build you an interface for the cupcake recipe. This is the end of websites. Think about this. Cam Catkin, I'm so excited. This is fantastically promising for the future. We've spent 3 decades. My first big company was agency.com. We built websites, right? We built websites. The first websites. Websites are not going to be necessary. All of the knowledge is just sitting in this fucking magical machine. You're going to ask it for something, and it's going to generate a dynamic, personalized, hyper-personalized web application for you in real time. People ask me sometimes in this channel, do you think this is going to affect SEO? Yeah. I do. This is why Google was probably slow rolling this tech.
Bring me step-by-step instructions. I want to find some suitable cake toppers for this. Show me some farm animal cake toppers. At this point, Gemini again decides to create a visually rich experience. It generates a gallery of images. Notice the drop-downs at the top. It decided that maybe it should help me explore by showing different options. Sheep sounds interesting. I know she likes that. And now it helps me pick sheep cake toppers. These look great. This is going to be a fun birthday party. I hope you saw a glimpse of what Gemini is capable of. I'm really excited about what's possible here. This is such an interesting time in AI, and I'm excited to be part of this.
He mentions, I must have missed it, he mentions before it's using Flutter. I didn't know what Flutter was. I went to GPT and asked it what Flutter was. So Flutter is kind of like Apple's WebKit UI. So Flutter is a mobile interface development kit. So they've trained Gemini on their interface, their UI kit. And so it has all these components that are pre-built. And so all it's doing is assembling these pre-built components, but it's doing it like at this insane speed where it's sort of thinking, do I need to make an interface here? Yeah, sure, let's make an interface. What should it be? I don't know. Make it a list of shit you can click on. Okay. And then it writes the code, it pulls in the interface pieces and goes, pfft. I think SEO might change, wondering if websites will be written for UI, not for UI, but for directing the robots to their page. Something like that. Yeah, listen, I think there's, search engine optimization is what SEO stands for. And this is going to be MM, multimodal, LLM, MMM. This is going to be like MMO, multimodal machine optimization. I don't know, something like that. The UI is unreal. I know. Look, we're just getting started. We're only on video. That was scientific literature. This is the reasoning one. We're on video 7 of 15.
Audio is a key form of communication in our daily life, from talking to a friend or listening to a song. Most of us lean on audio every day across many languages and for different purposes. Typically, when large language models interact with audio, they take the audio, they run it through a speech recognition system to convert it to text, and then they feed that text into another model that understands text. However, by doing that, many nuances are lost, like voices or pronunciation. But Gemini, with its native multimodal capabilities, is able to process the raw audio signal end-to-end. Let me take you through an example. We uploaded an audio clip that asked Gemini a question about pronunciation in a foreign language. Let's listen to the clip and then to Gemini's response.
How to pronounce the word Lunar January in Chinese? Option A, 正月. Option B, 正月. Which one is correct? Which tone is the correct tone for the first character?
Option A. The first character is pronounced with the first tone.
Gemini was able to differentiate the two ways of pronouncing the word to make sure it was correct. In that clip, there was only one speaker. Let's look at this example where there is more than one person speaking.
Alors Pierre, quelles sont les couleurs incontournables de la saison?
Eh bien Marc, cette saison, le jaune canari et le rouge écarlate sont à la mode. Mais le bleu nuit est out.
Hi, Gemini. I don't understand this podcast. Can you please summarize it for me in English?
The podcast is about the colors that are in fashion this season. The colors that are in fashion this season are canary yellow and scarlet red. The color that is not in fashion this season is night blue.
With Gemini multimodal capabilities, it can understand the conversation content, making it not only a transcription model, but a model that has much more...
Kira, can we sign up to Gemini as well? So what's going on with Gemini right now is Gemini Ultra, we're not going to see until the new year. I haven't even shown you the Ultra interface yet. Well, actually, you're seeing a little bit of it here, but you wouldn't know that. Bard.google.com is now powered by Gemini. So Gemini Pro, which is the middle model, is behind Bard right now. It looks like they've got the safety guardrails dialed way up. Like I couldn't get it to summarize a YouTube video, which the previous thing with Palm did. So I don't think there's really any signing up for it. I think it'll just probably launch, sometime in January is my guess.
More nuanced understanding of the environment. Let's take it a bit further. Gemini works natively across vision, audio, and text, meaning it can properly make sense of them together. Let's look at one final example.
What's the first step to make a veggie omelet with these ingredients?
Uploading an image.
Crack the eggs into a bowl and whisk them.
Thank you for the instructions. I've started making my omelet. Does it look ready
Get
now?
a hen.
It looks like it's almost ready. You can flip it over to cook the other side.
Why is it not ready?
It's not ready because the eggs are still running.
What about now?
It looks ready now.
So I just noticed that Say What joined. That's the appropriate name. Say what? Oh my God. So happy to get a recipe with a long ass story and ads. Oh man.
Now, you can take it off the heat and serve it.
As we saw, Gemini is able to simultaneously process information from three modalities.
Oh, without the
audio,
long ass,
vision,
yeah.
and text. We believe that enabling
Well,
Gemini to listen to the source audio.
So Cam, this is this is where Google this is where Google is going to have to. They're going to have to pivot their business model, right? Because if websites become less relevant, which means you don't need to drive traffic to websites, which means you don't need to put ads in front of the the clicks to get to the websites, all that revenue goes away. So they're going to have to charge for this thing, I assume. What Google doesn't have is what Microsoft does have, which is a whole suite of software that people are already paying for and services that people are already paying for without advertising. This will be so good with those who have trouble with daily independent living activities. Oh, it's going to be, and that's the other thing is what Google is showing in all these videos. These are all the parlor tricks of what this tech can do, right? So these are all parlor trick videos. So this is the stuff that you look at it, you go, oh wow, ooh, Kevin McAllister moments, which they're absolutely that. But if you think forward to think about like, how would I actually use this? What are going to be the use cases? If you have something that is doing this kind of real-time analysis of anything in our world at this level of capability, what do you use that for? How do you do your work? I just can't. I don't know.
Will help us continue to expand its capabilities and make it more helpful to people.
All right, that one was a little boring. They get fun after this one, I think.
We built Gemini from the ground up to be natively multimodal, including something quite
Oh yeah, so this is not visually interesting, but if you're a developer, pay attention to this one. This is doing some sophisticated coding.
important for both of us, programming code. Gemini is able to consistently understand, explain, and generate code that is correct and well-written in most programming languages. That includes Python, Java, C++, and Go. It substantially improves coding abilities over previous PaLM 2 models. From a benchmark around 200 programming functions in Python, it consistently solves about 75% of them in the first try, versus around 45% on PaLM 2. If you allow Gemini to check and repair its own answers, this number jumps to over 90%, which is a huge step forward. It can help you create and prototype new.
If you allow Gemini to check and solve and repair its own answers. So you have Gemini write you some code, you then have Gemini check it and repair it, and it gets up to 90%.
Ideas in seconds. Let's give it a try. I really like trains. And if I wanted to create a train spotting location web app, I can simply ask and get a working prototype in less than a minute. While the code isn't perfect, it's really helpful to have a first draft. Gemini on its own has the ability to transform software development as we understand it, but it can also be deployed as a key component of more sophisticated systems.
Gemini is great at coding, but we've been able...
Yeah, Sherry D, even if you don't know coding, you can go into coding. I know, which is going to make the coders in the room like, ah! But it's true. And this is, So this is the thing where, I said this, I've been saying this for a while now, that, are you a virtuoso or a conductor? If your primary value, if your primary skill is tactical execution of a specific discipline, we're moving to a world where almost everyone can do some amount of that discipline at a decent, at a workable level. And so the people that are going to have an advantage are ones that can look across disciplines. So the horizontal thinkers. This is I call this revenge of the liberal arts major. I'm convinced these people are AI generated. It's not too far from they're a little engineer. They're engineers.
Able to take it even further, creating a specialized version that performs remarkably well at competitive programming. Now, why do we care about competitive programming? Well, it is one of the ultimate litmus tests of algorithmic coding abilities. So you have thousands of talented programmers from all over the world that come together to compete and try to solve...
Kevin Vasquez just made an emergency appointment with my psychiatrist. Yeah, and your shaman. You should get your shaman in there. I think it's time for us to all go do some ayahuasca together.
Incredibly complex problems that require not only coding, but also math and reasoning. 2 years
Drew, but can it get your teenagers to clean their room? No.
ago, we presented AlphaCode, and it was the first AI system that could compete roughly at the level of the average human competitor. Today, I'm delighted to introduce AlphaCode 2, a new and enhanced system with massively improved performance, powered by Gemini. When we evaluate AlphaCode 2 on the same platform as the original AlphaCode, we solve almost twice as many problems. While AlphaCode broke through the top half of human competitors, on average, we estimate that AlphaCode 2 performs better than 85% of competition participants. Let's have a look at our model in action on one of the hardest problems that we faced. And I say hard because in the original contest in which the problem appeared, less than 0.2% of participants actually solved it.
Less than 0.2% of participants solved this problem that apparently this thing just solved. Is the prompt at Bard accessible? Is the prompt at Bard accessible to public? Well, if you go to bard.google.com, that's accessible to the public. Although I don't think it's available in Canada, which is weird.
The problem is quite difficult. It's very abstract, so I can't get into too many details, but the basic gist of it is that we are tasked with computing aggregate statistics that account for what appears to be an impossibly large amount of random arrays. The really cool thing is that to solve it, AlphaCode 2 makes use of dynamic programming. Dynamic programming is an advanced algorithmic technique which basically simplifies a complicated problem by breaking it down into easier subproblems again and again. And what's really impressive is that not only AlphaCode 2 knows...
I don't know what the Canadian access thing is about. I have no idea.
How to properly implement this strategy, but also when and where to use it. What the example shows us is that competitive programming is not just about implementation. It's also about understanding.
So Drew says, don't need to learn calculus in school anymore. I mean, this is why I've been so kind of insane lately on the education institutions, that the fact that they're hiding from this to a great degree, Drew, we're not going to need to teach people a lot of things, right? Because the knowledge is just there. But what we are going to need to teach people is critical thinking and reasoning and curating and refinement and having a point of view and, creativity. And like it just, the shift that I just can't. Again, it's the only phrase that seems to make sense right now. The next 6 months are going to be amazing and fun to watch. Honest to God, I put this in my video today about 2024. I know we think what we just went through this past year was intense. I'm now realizing, no. That was like a squeaky tricycle. This is a jet-powered motorcycle. Yeah.
Maths, computer science, and indeed coding. And that makes it an extremely hard reasoning task. So it's not very surprising that up till now, generally available large language models have scored very poorly on this benchmark. These models are really, really good at following instructions, but AlphaCode needs to do more than that.
All right, so that's important. So what it's basically saying is ChatGPT and the Palm 2 models, all the current large language models, when you ask them to do something, they just start writing code. Above implementation is system design, and above that is requirement analysis. So basically what they're saying Gemini is doing is when you give it a task, it starts with the requirement analysis. Like, what are we trying to accomplish here, kids? And then they say, okay, based on what we want to accomplish, there's 37 different ways we could approach that. Okay, it's going to be this programming language and this, cognitive architecture approach and this, and then it goes into implementation.
It needs to show some level of understanding, some level of reasoning, designing of code solutions before it can actually get to the actual implementation to solve the problem. And it does all that on problems that it's never seen before. Another thing that is great about AlphaCode is that it performs even better when it collaborates with human coders who can provide grounding. Basically, developers can specify properties that the code samples have to obey. And when we do that, we see performance increase significantly. We think of this kind of interaction between programmers and AI.
That takes months in the corporate world. Yeah. That requirements gathering and system design, who said that? Alicia. That takes months in the corporate world. Exactly. So just think about that, right? The thing that takes months in the corporate world now happens in a conversation in real time. Kyle said a couple of weeks ago, we won't even have to get out of bed. He nailed it. Bring me another caramel. These nerds will take out humanity with all these AIs. Yeah, but here's the deal, issue is these nerds are the ones building it. But everyone else, now that these tools are being made available to all of us, that's why having a group like the AI Salon is really important, because you've got people from all walks of life. You've got artists, and you've got lawyers and architects, and just people from all walks of life who are all going to be similarly disrupted, and they all think in different ways. And so what's going to happen is the geeks put these tools out, and then the rest of humanity gets access to them, and they're going to use them in ways that no one anticipated. And that's where things get really exciting.
Will not just give instructions, but actually collaborate with highly capable AI models that can reason about their problems, that can propose code designs, and that can even help with the actual implementation. AlphaCode 2 is...
This is discovering... Someone said that there's going to be an Oppenheimer movie, and then Joe Mama said, this is discovering fire. We're far away from making nukes. I agree with that. We don't even... We can't even begin to know how we're going to use these tools, much less how we're going to destroy the world with them yet.
It's built for competitive programming, but we're already working on bringing some of its unique capabilities right into the general Gemini models as a first step towards making this new programming paradigm available for everyone.
Yep. So you're not a coder. You are now a coder. You're not a UX designer.
As a parent, you may have to help your kid with their homework. I've certainly had to. Here's where Gemini can help. For this demo, we've created a simple interface, and with some clever prompting under the hood, we can really leverage Gemini's math, reasoning, and multimodal capabilities to learn.
So Silver Fox, so infrastructure needs to get that Wi-Fi rolled out to rural areas. And that's where having on-device large language models at least helps to hedge against that requirement. So I agree, we need to get access to the rural areas. But if you can have on-device large language models where you've got this kind of power, or something close to this kind of power, just running locally on your phone, that becomes less of a hard requirement. This is when I was helping my daughter with new math. Yes, I agree. We don't have 30,000 years. All right. This is the To Serve Man episode of The Twilight Zone. Will the after-school tutoring industry be disrupted? Well, yeah.
A subject like physics. With Gemini, you can upload a photo of handwritten answers on a worksheet. Not only can Gemini solve these problems, but this is the amazing part. It can read the answers and understand what was right and what was wrong.
Look, you can't really see it, but it's segmented. So this is just a scan of a piece of handwritten homework from a kid. It's segmented the question and handwritten answers, and then put a red or green check mark by the questions that were right or wrong.
And explain the concepts that need more clarification. So Gemini identified some mistakes with problems 1 and 3 here. Let's take a look at 3. Here, Gemini identifies that the formula was correct, but there was a mistake in calculating height. We can ask Gemini to explain in more details why the height is 50 meters instead of 6.
Okay, Scotty, I found out tonight 3.5 won't give you a bibliography on where it got the answers. It won't. So, Scotty, ChatGPT 3.5 is not connected to the internet. Its latest data, I think, is January 2023. And because it's not connected to the internet, the citations it provides are likely hallucinations. They're likely made up. Copilot.microsoft.com, Bard.com, Perplexity.com are all connected to the internet. So Copilot.microsoft.com is a free version of GPT-4. Bard is actually good at this. Perplexity's really good at citations. So go check those 3 things. Copilot, Bard.google.com, and Perplexity.ai. All right? Mr. K, there are already schools using AI to teach reading, writing, and grammar? Yeah, I would think. Perplexity is good for citations, Scotty.
I can ask Gemini to explain further. Here, Gemini.
So, Barbara, I'm finally starting to hear people in my life talk about it, and the talk is all very negative. So what I would say, Barbara, on that is have empathy. This is scary shit, and this is disruptive, and people are freaked out. I guarantee you, I can almost bet that all of the negative talk is from people who have not tried it. The whole purpose of this channel, the reason I go live 7 fucking nights a week, is because I'm just trying to get people to try it. Just try it. Just try it. Play with AI long enough until you have your Kevin McAllister moment. This moment. Hopefully you're having some tonight, because this shit's wild. Will these tools be available worldwide? Seems like a simple question, but I am asking sincerely. No, that's a great question. Bard is not available in Canada for some reason. I have no idea if it's available in Europe or Africa or the Far East. I don't know. I don't know. Turn Copilot on with Perplexity for more peer-reviewed sources. Also includes dates if required. This is good. This is good. I like that you're helping one another in the comments. That's awesome. Any of these websites or blogs rank to rank on Google with SEO. We had to talk about that earlier. I think websites are going to end up being an interesting relic from the time before. Blame Canada. I, like other people, didn't think the internet would stick either. Yeah, exactly. There's lots of that stuff right now. It's probably available in Europe. The rest are. Okay, great. 160 countries as of today. They won't cut out Canada for long unless Canada's being a jerk. I don't know.
AI explains the step-by-step details to solving the problem. Because of Gemini's ability to understand nuanced information and answer questions relating to complicated topics, it can give you a customized explanation of the subject you're trying to learn. And lastly, if you want to learn more, you can just ask. Gemini will provide personalized practice problems based on mistakes. Here I have a similar problem where I have to figure out the cat's speed. The height of the ramp is double. Oh yeah, I knew that.
All right. So that was homework. I think now's where we start seeing the interface.
Let's see if our multimodal model, Gemini, can find the similarities between images. We'll start with these two, the Bosch's Chapel and...
Okay. Did you catch that? Did you catch that? What, Kyle? What? I did not catch it. What was it? Watch again.
Similarities between images. Multimodal model, Gemini, can find the similarities between images. We'll start with these two.
The interface for Gemini is just a big canvas that you drop shit onto. Watch.
The Bosch's Chapel and this Gemini can find the similarities between images.
So all this other crap is just stuff sitting on a canvas. Just keep watching. It's insane.
We'll start with these two. The Bosch's Chapel and this print by Hokusai. And I'll prompt Gemini, find a connection between these two images.
So she drew this interface box around the two images that are sitting on her canvas, and then it pops up a context. This is sort of like Photoshop's generative fill. You select something on your canvas, and then it pops up the prompt box.
Let's see what Gemini says. A curved and organic composition. The building is more refined, and the second
Yeah, infinite whiteboard. Exactly. And probably even like you'll have different boards, right? So think about like a mood board for you're going to redesign your house and you've got a mood board with all these images on it. It's like that, but you can bring that shit to life.
Image is more fluid. Yeah, that worked. Okay, let's try another one using the moon.
See, look, she's just scrolling around this thing. And then this image on the left here, that's her webcam. So here's a static image sitting on the thing. This is an object that's her webcam.
This golf ball on my webcam.
And then she doesn't even select the whole image. She just selects the part of the image that she wants with the moon thing.
Then I'll run the same prompt.
Oh, my ADHD brain that has Post-its all over the wall will be on overload. Totally. This is like, imagine if all those Post-it notes could now do shit.
Okay, let's see. In 1971, the Apollo 14 crew hit 2 golf balls on the lunar surface. Wow, that's pretty good. Okay, then one more just for fun. Who wore it better? The zebra. Oh, I like this. The zebra has been wearing its stripes for millions of years. Okay, there are some examples of visual understanding with Gemini. Stay tuned for more.
Let's see if our multimodal model Gemini can guess the movies. All right, we're going to start here. Given the play on words in these images, guess the name. Given the play on words.
So notice that as he highlighted around the plate of eggs and the video didn't stop or slow down like it normally would. Like this is well engineered code.
Words in these images, guess the name of the movie.
With Gemini, why do we need Facebook? We'll all just need landing pages and avatars. You're not wrong. That's so again, another reason why the salon exists. I know I'm pushing this. Like, by the way, this is free. It's not a money-making thing. This is really just a community I started to try to surround myself with people that were exploring this shit. This is why this kind of stuff's important, because I think the thing that goes up in value If we're entering a world where all tactical execution can be done by anyone, who would you hire? Because right now you hire someone because, oh, I hired that person because they're an illustrator and they're good at illustrating in that style I like. Oh, I hired that person because they're a good writer. Well, if everyone can do everything, why are you going to hire someone? Because you have a relationship with them and you trust them and you trust that they have good taste and you trust that they can use these tools better than someone else. So the criteria for how we choose to work together moving forward shifts. You know how you work with that person that does really amazing work, but they're a fucking asshole, and every time you work with them, you swear you'll never work with them again? Well, guess what? They're not your only option anymore. So then it becomes about relationships. Then it becomes about trust. And that's why groups like this are going to be really important.
Breakfast Club.
All right, what about this?
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
All right. What about this?
Uncut Gems.
Cool.
Uncut Gems.
So these are working. Here's a couple more quick tests I ran through.
Shit, I'm fired.
Goldfinger.
Nice.
Bottle Rocket.
Okay.
The Wizard of Oz.
Steve-O, lucky for me, I don't work anymore. Ha ha. Revenge of the Retirees. We're like, woo! I got out just in time. For now, it's going to also be about who knows how to use AI. Exactly. Who knows who and who knows how to use AI. So this is almost identical to the early days of the World Wide Web, where once the sort of tipping point was hit where people realized, oh shit, we need websites, then there was this panic. Who knows HTML? And like you could literally, if you could spell HTML, you could get a $150,000 a year job straight out of college. And it's going to absolutely be like that with AI. At some point, the scale is going to tip, and it's probably going to be in 2024 because these tools are now getting powerful enough and sort of visual eye candy enough that awareness is going to go up really, really quickly that everything's about to change. And so when that happens, there's going to be a panic. There's going to be a run on who knows anything. One of the things we hear really consistently in this channel is people that started coming to the AI Learning Lab lives and just became an irregular and started hanging out. They're like, but I'm just learning this stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about, but people keep asking me to do workshops and seminars. Should I do it? I'm like, fuck yes. You're more of an expert than they are. You've been using it for 3 weeks. That's the world we're in right now. Because the technology, so what's I explained this earlier. There's an acceleration happening on this axis, and then on the facing axis, it's sort of like the line is like this, but it's expanding, right? So it was just ChatGPT 3.5, and it was text, and it was pretty impressive, and it could write code, and then it could make DALL-E 2 images, and they were okay, and it's sort of going along, and it gets better a little bit, it gets better, and all of a sudden it's multimodal, right? And then so now it can see, and it can hear, and it can talk, and now with this thing, it can see video, and it can hear, and it could yeah. So yeah, just start learning this shit. Start hanging out with weirdos like us.
Nice.
Moonrise Kingdom.
Okay, this last one's a little more complicated.
This is insane.
Forrest Gump.
Okay, wow. I honestly didn't think it was going to get that.
Okay. Forrest plus the G key plus a car bumper minus the B. And it got Forrest Gump. So I'm sorry. That's full-on fucking reasoning. There will be a run on irregulars. Kavruno, there will. There will. You're in the salon? I heard those people know a lot about AI. Well, we know we've got like a 3-week head start on you. Sure, we're experts.
And that's an experiment in guessing movies with Gemini. Stay tuned for more.
So that whole little thing here, that's his canvas, right? It's got, so it's you can put like little text objects in it. You can put video objects in it. You can put your webcam object in it. You can those audio things we saw before. They had the rounded rectangle where it was playing audio. She's just dropping audio into the little box she's working in. This is the interface. I mean, holy shit. I mean, think about the parlor tricks with an interface like this, right? The parlor tricks with ChatGPT right now are kind of hard because it's mostly text. And then you can say to someone, but hang on, let me make you a picture. And then you make a picture. But with something like this, you could put together a presentation on a whole, concept or a whole vision of a film and just zoom into certain sections of it and be dynamically generating things on the plot. Yeah, you could build your own Pinterest, right? It's kind of like Gemini is like, what if Pinterest had superpowers, is kind of what this is. It's so disruptive. Yeah. I need an advanced per diem. I think we all need advanced per diem. I think they call it UBI, Kevin.
Thank you.
For this test, let's see if our multimodal model Gemini can understand how some unusual images were created using emojis from Emoji Kitchen.
Check this out. This is fucking
Emoji
amazing.
Kitchen lets you combine different emoji to make new ones. For example, if you combine this ghost with this avocado, you get this. We'll see if it can guess this one.
I think it's ghost and avocado.
Nice. Now let's see if it can explain the visual details it used.
The emoji has the shape of a ghost, but it is green and has a big brown pit.
Now let's give it a name and a short tagline.
Avogeist, the ghost of guacamole.
That's a good one. Here's a couple more tests I ran.
I'd call this one Party Ghost, Boogie on Down.
Boogie on Down.
I'd call this one Robo Bunny, Part Robot, All Ears. I'd call this one
down.
Mushy, Feeling Emotional.
And there you have it. Learn more about Gemini and stay tuned for more tests.
Let's see if our multimodal model Gemini can understand outfits. We'll start with something simple, like this puffer, and ask, what is someone wearing this best dressed to do? Perfect for staying warm in the tundra. Good color for blending in with glacial ice. Okay, how about another one? Intergalactic travel. Okay. How about this one? To boldly go where no one has gone before and play some jazz. All right, Gemini's got jokes. Now coin a term for that outfit. Mooncore. That's actually pretty good. Okay, well, that's understanding my outfit with Gemini. Stay tuned for more visual tests soon. Thanks.
Let's see if our multimodal model Gemini can turn images into code. I'll start with this image of a
this.
and
Holy
just select
shit.
the part I want, and then ask Gemini, can you turn this image into an SVG? This represents the main shapes of a tree. Let's see. That's pretty good.
It's not pretty
All right,
good.
Now I want to try a more difficult test. Let's see if Gemini can make an interactive demo in JavaScript. Okay, here we go. A common algorithm for this is called a fractal tree. Okay, this is pretty cool. Gemini even provided a slider, so I can change and move the fractals.
Wait, so check that out. It not only figured out to make a fractal thing, it added the interface element and figured out which elements in the fractal, which variables you would do with the slider that would make the tree do interesting shit. Make it stop. I know. I know.
It even provided me with the actual code. Nice.
Nice.
And there you have it. Stay tuned for more coding experiments coming soon. Thanks.
Where are we? One more.
Let's see if our multimodal model Gemini can help make sense of my apartment. And to add a little extra challenge, I'm going to see if Gemini can handle being prompted only in Chinese. We'll start with this photo. Based on the lighting alone, I want to see if Gemini can figure out which direction my apartment faces. And Gemini responds, 我可以猜测房间是朝南的. Okay, so it looks like Gemini says my room is south-facing. So how about this plant? What type of light does it need? 这是虎尾兰，不适合太多阳光. So Gemini is saying this is a snake plant, and it doesn't require a lot of sunlight. Awesome. So I've got a dining room
I need to
that
go to
faces
bed, but
the
can't look
opposite
away.
direction of my bedroom.
I know this.
I wonder
I'm almost
if this
done.
plant would do better in there. Let me see. And Gemini responds, 虎尾兰不需要很多阳光，由于客厅朝北，客厅更适合. So Gemini is surmising that my dining room faces north, has lower light, and is therefore better suited for that plant.
I'm hungry for Panda
Okay,
Express.
that's some apartment planning with Gemini. Stay tuned for more.
Oh my God. Good Lord. Gemini, what the quack? So that happened. Okay, so, all right. So here's what to know. Gemini has 3 models. Gemini Nano is a small version of Gemini designed to operate locally on phones, and the current Pixel 8 Pro can run it, or has it. Uncle, I know. So there's a version that will not require access to the internet that will do cool shit. Which, I mean, imagine if you're out in the woods in a survival situation and you need answers to shit. I don't know if it's going to be multimodal, but I assume it will be. I assume you'll be able to take a picture of a plant and say, is this poisonous? And you won't need connection to the internet. So that's out now, available for the Pixel 8 Pro. The Pro version of Gemini is apparently what's sitting underneath bard.google.com right now. And then Ultra, that fucking bizarre fucking infinite canvas Pinterest on crack kind of thing. That's coming out in January. So we have time to prepare. We have time to emotionally prepare for what's coming. But so here's the thing that's gonna really fuck with us all is this is gonna force OpenAI's hands. Because OpenAI has not had competition at this point. OpenAI, no one's touched them. No one's touched them. They've been ahead of everything. And then 2 weeks ago, they fired their CEO. All of a sudden, there's a crack in the armor there. They lose a couple of weeks to fucking chaos. And then I think this is why Google, even if Gemini Ultra wasn't ready to launch, they're delaying that until January or whenever, beginning of the year. That's why they announced this early. That's why they announced this now. Because they're like, OpenAI's got a weakness. Oh, they tripped. OpenAI tripped. They skinned their knee. Let's kick them in the head. And so I think OpenAI is going to have to respond to this. So 2024 is going to make 2023 look like a fucking, like we were. OpenAI retracted their GPT shop? What do you mean they retracted it? Today, Becky? I mean, I know they said they weren't going to launch it until January. Did they now say that they're not going to launch it at all? Is that true? Or did they just delay it? OpenAI GPT store. Delayed to 2024. I think it's just delayed. think it's just delayed. Yeah. Chatty needs to stop dropping my files out of the knowledge base of my GPT. Yeah, well, listen, the GPTs are janky. Again, all these things are janky pieces of shit. If you don't think this Gemini thing is going to be one janky-ass piece of shit, it's going to absolutely be a janky piece of shit. Big Tech got mad and said, hold my beer. Exactly. Well, Big Tech got scared and said, we're fucked if we don't respond to this. They're like, we're Google. We had 94% market share. And a fucking 800-person pissy little startup that cuts a deal with big Microsoft, they're going to fuck with us? I don't think so, right? That's what went down over there. GPT needs to drop the massive censorship. I know GPT's gotten really bad with that stuff. But although Bard right now, I tried to go use Bard and it seems pretty fucking useless to me at this point because Bard had gotten really good. It was good on Palm too, and now they've added in all this Gemini stuff, and I think they just dialed up the safety, and it's really bad. Google wears smart pants. Exactly. Yeah, Google was like, yeah, listen, OpenAI. Normally, if it worked for British Airways, we wear smart pants. Ha! Do you think Google would be better? Go on. Bard won't do anything. Apple and Adobe have strong connections to their creative communities. I don't think Google has that. I totally agree with that. I think Apple right now is doing a very Apple thing. They're sitting back and they're like, you kids go play. Oh, OpenAI, that's interesting. Yeah, that's some good ideas there. Okay, we got those. Yep. Oh, Gemini. Google, nice one. Oh, you're running it on device. That's cute. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, we've got the whole stack over here. But anyway, you go ahead and play. You go ahead and play. You know, just let's see how that goes for a while. And then Apple's going to come out and go, hey, everybody, you want to see how it's really done? Yeah, look at this. Show and tell break. What do you want to show and tell? There's nothing to really show and tell right now. Like Bard is not. Maybe Bard's good, but I haven't gotten it to do shit that's interesting. It just seems like Bard right now seems like Bard was at the beginning of the year to me, but I might just be doing the wrong shit in it. Hello, Kyle. Oh, 2 lives in the same day. You're a busy man. Well, when there's shit like this, I also just had a weird day where the whole afternoon of my work had nothing in it, and it was kind of, we did a kickoff in the morning. I looked at, oh my god, we've got this new AI content generation thing for my company that, oh my god, it's so cool. It's so cool. We built some tech. Yay! It's so cool. I love Bard and tell him so. Makes him uncomfortable, I think. Apple is sitting back. Wait, what did that say? Yeah, Apple is sitting back and watching. Totally agree. Yeah, exactly. Apple's just like, you guys go ahead. You guys go ahead. We're building chips. We're building the stack. We're building all the infrastructure. We're building all the software development kits. Apple's just going to come out and go, you want to see how agents work? You want to see how this shit works when these things can reason and take action on your behalf on a tech stack and a software stack and a privacy stack and a user data stack that no one can rival? You want to see what that looks like? Here, watch this. This Apple's going to be the hold my beer AI company. We need AI to advance enough to bring Steve Jobs back to Apple. I know, no shit. That would be nice. Someone over there needs to give a shit about quality. Like, ever since he died, honest to God, I mean, ever since he died, it's like, what's clear to me is that there's not an asshole in the room. Like, there needs to be an asshole there going, no, it's got to be better. No, that's not good enough. No, That's a bad engineer. Bad engineer. Back to your room. You go back to your desk. You go back to your desk and do not come back here until it works. Well, technically it works. If you get back to your desk. No one's in that role at Apple right now. And it shows. Their shit doesn't work. Their shit used to just work. Why did it just work? Because Steve Jobs was an asshole. But he was an asshole who was really good at what he did. Look out for XAI because Elon doesn't give a shit about conforming. Yeah, well, so I guarantee you there's some of the engineers at X right now are going, oh shit, scramble. Wait, watch and respond. Apple, yep. No in Mighty. Do you think these AI laser clips will catch on? The pin things? I don't know. Are people going to pay $700 to have a phone replacement where they lose access to all their apps? No. I don't think so. I don't know. Possible Apple will miss the mark. I love Apple, but they're not guaranteed to win. Oh, I totally agree. I just think that they're going to they've got hardware advantages and they've got usability advantages and they have what Google doesn't have is the humanity side of the house. What Apple has always had is it's a blend of art and science. They've always had that. They've got it culturally. Google doesn't. Google's all engineers all the time. Apple's this. And so I think that advantage plus the hardware advantage, I think that I would be surprised if they don't do this well. I'd be surprised. But we'll see. Listen. It's been a lackluster decade since Jobs died, basically. And Meta will 3D make it. Yeah. Those pins won't stick. They'll weigh down shirts unless you wear a leather jacket. Will my space become relevant again? Possibly. She should write an app to import from other phones. For me personally, I like the rewind Neckles microphone thing. Yeah, that's another one where I feel like these things that are like super tech centric, like record your life 24/7. I feel like it's like a San Francisco tech bro thing where the tech bros are like, yeah, man, I'm recording all of it. Yeah, for posterity. But you're a jerk. Why would you want to record that? I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it might just seem weird to us because we're old and we're like, why would you want to record? In my day, we had a tape recorder from Radio Shack, and you pushed the big clunky button and you talked into it, and then you never replayed that tape again, and you put it in a drawer because you knew where you were going to listen to it someday. I know I got that tape around here somewhere. Maybe we just don't get it. Apple has the culture, exactly. Is Mighty Networks app yours? No. So the Salon.ai is a community I started. Mighty Networks is just the enabling platform that it's a community enabling SaaS company. They've been around for 15 years. So it's kind of like if Discord sucked less. Discord's got some things that Mighty Networks doesn't, but Mighty Networks is web-based and it's good. So I'm pretty happy with it. We're 2 weeks in. We're brand new on it. My company is called Storyvine, which is an automated video technology platform. And then we're building right now Storyvine AI, which is... So the way our platform works right now is if we have a client that wants say, a bunch of patients to tell their patient diagnosis journey. We create a template for a story that we call a video guide, and then our app acts as a virtual director. So someone downloads our app, they answer a series of questions in video. So like, here's when I was diagnosed, and here's what it felt like to hear the diagnosis, and here's how I've been treating it. And so they answer a series of questions. That goes up to the cloud. 5 minutes later, you got a fully edited video. So that's the company we've had for 11 and a half years. We're really trusted in the pharma space. We do a lot of work in healthcare and pharma. And then all of a sudden, this AI shit came along, and I lost my fucking mind, and I'm like, oh my God, what's this going to do? And I've spent the last year and a half trying to get my head around, does my company have a future? The good news is I think it does, but there's a big chunk of my company where the value drops to zero. There's another part of my company where the value goes up. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I amplify the shit that goes up? And so I've figured out a product roadmap to roll AI into it that takes the storytelling that's done and just amplifies the shit out of it with AI. It's so cool. I'm so excited about it. So anyway, what's the Python testing co-software again? I don't know what that means. We were sold on AI tech contact lenses. Wait, so your original Storyvine video scenario is replaced by EG bots? Well, so one of the big value propositions of Storyvine is, we call it auto magic editing. So you answer some questions in an app, it goes up to the cloud. 5 minutes later, you got a fully edited video. That's been a big deal for a decade, where people are like, oh my God, that's amazing. Well, it's not amazing anymore, right? Everything's going to be automated. But what we also have a reputation for is human beings authentically telling their stories. So in a world of infinite content generation, having real people tell real stories goes up in value. So that part goes up in value. And then the place where AI comes in is, I can now take that video and I can automatically transform that into all other sorts of media. So we're going to be doing story-centric, authentic story-centric content development. I don't know why I'm so itchy. I'm about to sneeze. All right. Steve would fire bad engineers. Yep. Yes, love that for Storyvine. Yeah, I know. It's really exciting. And I got access to the tool today. It's so fucking cool. It's when I get it to a better place, I'll show it to you. You basically upload a video to this thing and it just starts going to work. Transcribes it, chapterizes it. It's really fucking cool. Coming into money when itchy. I'll take it. Oh, I'm all itchy. Let's go. Yeah. Super cool regarding Storyvine. Thank you very much. All right. Anyone multitasking on Chatty while watching this seems to be having a bad night. Maybe she's in shock. Maybe she should go through maybe she's going through some things. That's fucking hilarious. You should absolutely be multitasking while you're listening to this. This is just chat ADD. That's what this channel is. So if you're not ADDing out, you're not really doing it right. Can AI figure out sarcasm? The Google things, it was actually pretty good. At one point, it made a quack joke about the duck. And then it made that joke when the cat didn't jump up on the cabinet. It made that joke pretty good. Oh man, is there an advantage for a company like Apple to be early first with their AI product? No. I'm multitasking in Fusion 360. Vicky's got 3D printers going. It's good. Oh man, what the quack. Thanks for pinning my question. Check out some old ChatGPT and Bing. All right, everyone. Listen, I'm gonna go. It's been a day. I'm trying to think. I'm feeling like I need to leave you with something, but I mean, here's the thing I'll leave you with is I just keep being curious, keep exploring. Like, don't feel like just because Gemini came out, you're like, oh, ChatGPT's a piece of shit now. No, they're just different tools. And like, we don't know what Gemini's going to be good at, right? The reason that when I tell people, here's all the different things you can do with AI, the reason I have lots of tools is because they all are good at some things and not good at others. Gemini is going to be no different than that. It's going to have its warts and its jankiness. So just stay curious. If you want to support the channel, there's a bunch of ways to do that. You can follow the channel. You can join the AI Salon. If you like want to hang out with people that are curious about this stuff and on this adventure, if you want to join the adventure, go check out the salon, check out our values, make sure you resonate with the values. And one of our values is generosity. So how do you be generous? You go to the salon and there's a channel called Welcome Wagon and you introduce yourself. Don't be a stingy Susie. Don't be a stingy Steve. Be a generous Jenny. Go introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you're interested in. Tell us where you are in this AI journey. I'm totally fucking clueless. What do I do? Great. Perfect. I've been doing this for 30 years and I'm a little bitter about it. Perfect. Welcome. Come on in. JRC, thank you, Kyle, for making sure we didn't have to do this alone. We can't do it alone. It's like this is the reason that exists, the salon exists, is because this is what I was experiencing in 1994 when I stumbled on this thing called the World Wide Web. And I'm like, holy shit, this changes everything and nobody knows about it. Well, no, I didn't say that. What I said, thank you for the stingy Steve comment. Exactly. You're welcome, Steve-O. Howdy, partner. Life's tough. Tougher when you're stupid. Yeah. I don't know what to say. It don't really matter. The salon is fun. Yeah, the salon's really good. There's a lot of good energy in the salon. I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of good energy in the salon because of this community. This community is remarkable. The fact that a bunch of you show up here night after night after night is humbling and weird and like awesome beyond compare. Because this is not a media channel. I thought TikTok was like a media thing. You make media, it's content marketing. You put your content out there and you generate an audience. It is so much not that. It is so not that. It's so much bigger than that. It's really cool. I can't quit you. I wish I could quit you. It's your good vibes, Kyle. Well, thank you very much. Fifth night. TikTok, dude. Welcome. I recognize you. We crazy. We love it here. I need help. I have too much. Wait, what was that? I need help. I have too much questions. I like the salon. Yeah, go ask questions there. There's one of the channels is ask for help. And look, someone asked for help. What did they ask for? Oh, you know what we should do here? Once again, come up with a group dance. It'll be media. Yeah, exactly. When I start twerking, then this becomes a media channel. I'm going to just turn this into an NPC thing. I'm going to be like, cowboy hat, cowboy hat, cowboy hat. I thank God I'm not seeing those things anymore. I was like, no, I don't want to see this. All right. So what's the question there? Anyone know? Okay. So I'm going to go to the show and tell channel at the salon. Ooh, that's cool. Mary Curie, Sherry Banks. That's cool. I like that a lot. One of the things that I love so much is just this idea of kind of real-time self-expression. Just as we're Joker, I'm just here for champ. Oh, we should do a little champy action. Maybe he can sing us out. Let's see. Amazing day and night. Thank you, Cam. Yeah, it was a fun day. Is he? Oh yeah, there he is. Feeling out here all alone, Sunday morning here at home. Sky's blue and the coffee's strong, it's true. Then I opened my eyes to a dream realized in front of me, and I haven't got a clue what in the world is happening to me. I think I'm happy, like first day of summer vacation. Happy, gotta get a little rest and relaxation. Happy, like the choir on Sunday morning singing true. All right, enough comedy jokes. and scene. That's it. That's the scene. The dog song. People come here for Champ obliged. Champ is like he's like a little howler monkey. play an A minor. How? All right, everyone. Have a good Wednesday night. Stay curious. Hang out at the salon. Thanks, Cam. Silver Fox, good to see you. Digital Gods, JRC, Frumple, peace. Janet Jackson, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Gordon DeSpin, Robert Rossi. Who else we got here? Vicky, Tobias. Tobias, you're a rock star. Thank you, Tobias. Share Bear, peace out. Me and the trees. Bye. Kavruno, hope your hand's okay. She had a run-in with an evil dog. Joe Mama. Shu. Random Thoughts. Lauren. Man, so many of you are in here. So cool. Digital Gods. All right, everybody. I'm outie. I'll see you tomorrow night.